Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Gothic Ministry. I'm your host, the Minister. So, even though this is not a Sabbath, therefore I will not be saying Shabbat Shalom, even though I just said it, but not in that way. The time of Passover is coming up. Unfortunately, I can't do, well, I could, but I can't do both the actual biblical timing of the Passover and the Gregorian calendar of the Passover because, unfortunately, where I live at in the United States actually follows the papal calendar, and most of the world actually does too. So I can choose one, either go by according to the Gregorian calendar of when Passover is and teach that way in accordance to Scripture, or just go with God's calendar and actually teach that timing of the Holy Scripture of the Passover. So eventually, if I ever own my own business or whatnot, then I will definitely go with God's calendar teaching you through the Scripture. But since I do not own my own business and whatnot, and I'm an employee, not an employer, so for now, I'm going to teach you by small steps of the right stuff. I am a couple of days behind because, well, I work night shift, so I'm not able to do the stuff that I would like to be able to do for you on the timing that this stuff happens. So for this part right here, it's going to be a couple of days late. But that being said, that way you're forewarned that yes, this is a couple of days late as far as these scripture studies go. I'm going to do the best I can. So I already given you the deal of the first day of the month, which was the lunar solar cycle of the correct timing of the biblical calendar, the holy calendar of God. But it'd be confusing to a lot of people for me to teach it that way when we're also going through the Gregorian calendar stuff. So, but in both ways, Lord's Passover is coming up next week, but one in different timing than the other. So I'm going to go ahead and go with what I missed this past Tuesday. So I'm going to go ahead and teach you that. So on this past Tuesday was the from Monday night to Tuesday night evening was the 8th day. So I'm going to go ahead and teach you that part there, and then also Tuesday night to Wednesday was the 9th day, and right now we're in the 10th day. So I'm going to go with the 8th day thing first, and then I'll make another video about the 9th and another video about the 10th. And there'll also be a video about the 11th and then to the 14th. So for right now, John chapter 12, verse 1. Then Yeshua, 6 days before the Passover, came to Bethany, where Lazarus was, which had been dead, whom he raised from the dead. There they made him a supper, and Martha served, but Lazarus was one of them that sat at the table with him. Then took Mary a pound of ointment and spikenard, very costly, and anointed the feet of Yeshua, and wiped his feet with her hair. The house was filled with the odor of the ointment. Then saith one of his disciples, Judas of Iscariot, Simon's son, which should betray him. Why was not this ointment sold for 300 pence and given to the poor? This he said, not that he cared for the poor, but because he was a thief, and had the bag, and bare what was put therein. Then Yeshua said, Let her alone. Against the day of my burying hath she kept this. For the poor always ye have with you, but me ye have not always. Much people of the Jews therefore knew that he was there, and they came not for Yeshua's sake only, but that they might see Lazarus also, whom he raised from the dead. But the chief priests consulted that they might put Lazarus also to death, because that by reason of him many of the Jews went away and believed on Yeshua. So there you go. That was on the 8th day, or 8 days. That was on the 8th day, 6 days before Passover.